All right, friends. Happy Saturday to you. Aaron here bringing you your honest astrology, your horoscope for the 9th of November 2019. Friday was amazing. I hope everybody had an absolutely beautiful Friday, right? That sun connected with Neptune, connected with the North Node, really coming into our own, finding ourselves, finding our tribe, right? That beautiful connection between Mars and Jupiter, right? Expansion of our social community, finding our gang that we're, playing Red Rover with, that's locking arms, and it's like, these are solid connections, right? So this connection still continues. Let me show you the chart here, because we've got the moon in the middle degrees of Aries, connecting with Venus. It's in the middle to early still degrees of Sagittarius, but it's all about having faith. We were talking about yesterday's video about pulling back and lining up, pulling back and lining up and aiming. But the most important part of that is letting go. Is once we've aimed, sometimes we want everything to be perfect. And we just keep aiming and keep re-aiming and re-aiming and re-aiming. We have to release. We have to let go. We have to let go of the arrow. We have to have faith that we've done the research, that we have educated ourselves, Jupiter up in Sagittarius. We have to have the faith. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in our journey, that we've done the work, that we've lined it up, and that we're okay to release. Okay? The release is so very important. And I know I've been saying this for like the past week or whatever, but it's just like the trees, letting go of those leaves, right? Because what? I need to bloom next year. And if I'm holding on to dead weight, I'm not going to have the energy to bloom, to blossom, to bear fruit, to give back to humanity come spring next year, right? This is a necessary part of this, is letting go of that dead weight. One side of it, letting go of the dead weight. The other is, again, knowing that we have done our work and our research, that we're aiming our life in the right direction, and to just trust the process and to let go of control, surrender. During this Mercury retrograde season, it's a wonderful thing to surrender, to allow and to accept. So we've got the moon in the middle degrees of Aries, lining up with Venus, saying, yes, have faith in our passion and our love and our desires, to have faith in education, to have faith that we're going to seek and learn what we need to carry ourselves to the next part of our lives. All right. Now, we still have this grand water trine happening. As you see, the sun is just a degree away now. 17 degrees, 16 degrees, 16 degrees. So Saturn and Neptune are still going to be making this connection for several days, okay? So this is our dreams, our unconscious mind. This is our imagination, okay? This is the expansiveness beyond the third dimension, right? Saturn is all about the physical world. This is the reality. This is the karmic entanglements. This is, hey, this room says it can fit 500 people. It's going to fit 500 people, not 501. This is the limit of reality. So when we have the limit of reality connecting with expand beyond what reality is possible, this is extremely important, okay? I want to be hammering this every single day to where we get it, all right? If we didn't already feel this connection that happened on Friday, we should. We should absolutely be feeling it. This is a grand emotional trine. We're connecting the base of our emotions, the depths of who we are, our unconscious mind, and we're making it all real, okay? And we have Chiron here in Aries, healing self. Saturn making it very real. All right. So this is a very real time of this hard reset button. Whoever's life we've been living, whatever's been going on, we can just completely dissolve these concepts and live the life that we need, the life that we were meant to live, right? And with this moon in Aries, it's saying yes to self. You know, Aries is all about survival. It's the infant mind going toward what's good and running away from what's bad. It's very simple in this, and it's the spark and it's the initiation. So it's not, it's not like we're sitting here having to, solve a freaking puzzle or something. If this is in Gemini, it's not MC Escher's crazy stairs. This is simple. Hey, this feels good. This makes sense. Go in this direction. This, and you see that quincunx here to the sun. All right, that's like, don't second guess yourself. Kind of like what we were talking about yesterday too. It's like, this is about feeling. The moon is all about feeling. It's not has to do with logic. This is not our left brain thinking. It's about feeling. And what feels right is right. Okay? What feels right now is right, and go to that direction. Follow your love, follow your passion, and have faith in the decisions you're making. Put one foot in front of another. The positive mind will propel you into the middle of the street without looking both ways, right? Okay, everything's great, kaboom. Then our negative mind, our logic, will make sure that we never take the step off the sidewalk for fear of being hit by the car, right? So it's about balance. When to act and when to not act, and when to take the leap of faith. It's the leap of faith. This is the leap of faith. Venus in Sagittarius, Jupiter's last month in Sagittarius. We're still talking about relationships right now. Mars has got its last 2 weeks here in Libra. All right, so for the next 2 weeks, we are highly diving into relationships, all kinds of relationships. All right, and as you see here, what's going on? Mars square to Pluto. All right, we are transforming our relationships. We are restructuring our relationships. And the best thing is this: we had no idea they could be so good. Okay, we had no idea we could meet people that we're sharing this beautiful knowledge with. Look at how much, amazing conversations you've had this past week since Mercury's been in retrograde. The path that it's put you down, the conversations, the connections, if we're not just feeling this positivity in life right now, if we're not feeling so in tune with ourselves, our path, and our direction, we need to take an honest look in the mirror during this Scorpio season, the end of this Scorpio season, and say, if I'm feeling pain, if I'm feeling hurt, if I'm feeling whatever it is that's not the giant yes, we should be yes to life right now. So if we're not open and embracing, then what is it? What is going on internally that's keeping us from living that freedom, from living that life of love? What is holding us back? There's an answer to the pain. There is an answer. There's an answer to the pain. It sounds like a song. I'm sure it is somewhere. But, there's an answer to that. There's an answer to the fear. Whatever fear is coming, that's like, oh, I want to do this, but it's just like, there's something there. And this retrograde season in Scorpio is a prime time right now to shine the light on that shadow. What is this? Why am I feeling this way? And what can I do? What steps can I take actively pursuing the moon in Aries? We're being active. We're not just settling. We're actively seeking. Hey, if there's a way to heal, I want to learn it. If there's something I can learn that's going to let me live a better life, if there's something I can do, I'm going to seek that out. I'm not going to wait for someone to be like, hey, Aaron, you should go do this. It's just like, no. I'm taking the initiative right now. And that's the beautiful, the cardinal sign. We have so much cardinal energy right now. We've got the moon in cardinal sign of Aries, North Node, cardinal sign following our emotions, our empathy, our compassion. We've got Mars in the cardinal sign of Libra. Mars, our accelerator, right? Saying yes to relationships, yes to all of these new relationships, these beautiful, expansive relationships. And coming back here, look at Mars, sextile over to Jupiter, Woo! I mean, that is just a beautiful, creative connection, okay? And, you know, look, when does it become exact? 2.5 more days, right? Look at them. They're just hanging out together. That sextile is happening. How freaking beautiful is that? You know, so it's like this isn't going away. And then Mars square, like I said, creating our. It's a transformation. This is a complete transformation again of what we didn't think was even possible. We are able to enter these beautiful relationships and actively seeking them with ease. Okay, that is the beauty. This is with ease. There's no contemplation about this. It's just like, yeah, all signs point to yes, right? And then what's the other one here? You see, there's this little line right there. That's a semi-square over there to Venus. Okay. You know, so it's like the lovers. All right, there's balance here. There's balance between, you know, us, our journey together, and what we're actively seeking and learning. There's a lot of shared knowledge and coming out of here, okay? Now, that's all the positive stuff that I'm going to talk about. On a side note, bring it down a little bit here. We still have a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. The sun is still in Scorpio. We have this moon in Aries. There can be a sense of urgency, a sense to act fast, okay? And this is where this gets tricky and this gets heavy. And sometimes I don't like the heavy stuff, but it's like, hey man, shadows in life, baby. Boogie Nights. Anyway, shadows in life, baby. Scorpio, you know, is the death. Scorpio season is about death. It's about us having a better understanding and relationship that we are not infinite in this physical body. All right? That we have a finite day and number where we leave and transcend this place, where this body dies and our consciousness carries on. Okay? Now, that's going to happen to me and to every single person that's watching this video. Capricorns and Scorpios, for some reason, they're kind of okay with death, but I'm not inviting it sooner than it is needed. You know what I'm saying? Why am I saying all of this? Because when we have Mercury and the Sun in Scorpio, when we have so much energy on the death side of things, and we have the moon, which is our emotional body, wanting to rush, like, yeah, I got it, and I'm going, you know, get here now, okay. There is nothing worth rushing for where you injure yourself, where you put your life in danger, you know. I read this thing a couple days ago, and it was a gentleman saying, you know, there's 5 jobs, and this all ties in the astrology, but he said, I have 5 jobs that I've quit in my life that I gave proper 2 weeks notice for. And he said, every single time I was let go before the 2 weeks, you know, before the 2 weeks notice he gave. And he's like, you're replaceable. You are absolutely replaceable in any job. And I'm reading this, it's like it's absolutely true. And as much as we are individuals and we're giving our individual medicine, you know, and when this guy was saying is proper, like rushing to get to work for fear of something, you know, honestly, I've seen so many car crashes this past couple of days that have been unnerving because you know that there is no survivor in these crashes. And that's partially why I'm bringing this up, because when we have this moon in an aggressively assertive, accelerated Aries, the epitome of the Mercury retrograde is don't put the carriage before the horse. Don't rush something. You know, it's to take our time with something, is to slow down, is to make sure that we're well prepared and that we've been prepared so that we can release that arrow we've aimed. You know, and when we're rushing, we miss the mark altogether, and that arrow just flew into the crowd, into the stadium, and just hit, you know. So this is just because I love you. You know what I mean? And none of us are in a rush to meet the maker. And to remind ourselves that there is nothing. I work with this old salty guy in the union in LA, and he's like, hey, remember, there's no shot worth injuring yourself over. You know, and I was like a young kid out there in the union, booming on top of 20-foot ladders to get over the scene, and he's just like, kid, what are you doing? You know, you're not being safe, you're not being smart. There's nothing worth hurting yourself over, huh? And it's like, this is the absolute truth to this. I don't want to ramble on about it, but like, just take care of ourselves right now, and be patient with ourselves. Give ourselves that little bit extra padding, that 5 minutes before we're headed someplace or something. You know where I'm going here. Just be careful out there. This combination is lethal, and I mean that. And so that's the heavy stuff. Be careful out there. The light stuff, again, we should be definitely coming into our own. We're definitely feeling this excited energy, excited for our own personal expansion, and to not rush that as well, to not rush our expansion, it's like, here you go. It's like that. It's the test that you had when you were in like 5th or 6th grade, that your teacher says, okay, read everything first and then, answer the question. Or like number 1 question is just like, or, it's like read everything and then come back. And then if you actually got all the way down to the bottom, it said only answer questions 1, 2, and 3. But, there was so many people like rushing ahead and didn't read that because it's so fast. And then they never finished the test and they flunked and failed on it, because they didn't just take the time to read everything and realize they only had to answer the first 3. So I feel like that's kind of a better analogy. I think we're going to end it on that one. As always, thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor. So have a happy Saturday. There's still a lot of really, really positive, good energy going on. So feel the goodness and take your time. I'll see you tomorrow.